Here's the thing about your movie, why I made a curator's pick of the Hollywood Fringe Festival. Community, heart.
Lordlandfilms, how-to series, instructed by Crazy D. Have you ever watched an Instagram comedy short skit where the person is supposed to be talking to someone off screen, and when the angle switches to show the person being talked to, the person from the second angle is facing the same way as the person in the first angle? It throws off the perspective and puts that person from the second angle in the first person's space. This is called crossing or jumping the line. Let's take another example. The actors are positioned in a shot or scene. Actor 1 appears in the rule of thirds to the left, and the second actor appears rule of thirds to the right. This is the establishing shot. It gives the viewer perspective on where the actors are pertaining to the room. It is also called front angle. But what happens when we apply reverse angle and the actors are on opposite position from the front angle? The answer: we have just jumped the line. Rule of film: actor positions do not change from front angle to reverse angle. If they do, you have jumped the line. Let's look at front angle and reverse angle applied correctly from a scene from a TBIC film. As you see, the actors have their perspective positions in the rule of thirds within the establishing shot. It's time to reverse the angle, and as you see, the actors remain in their correct perspective positions as they were in the front angle. You may ask, Crazy D, is there ever a time when we can show an actor's perspective position opposite from the front angle establishing shot? The answer: yes, there is. There are two occasions. 1. When you move the camera from one side of the scene to the next, changing the perspective of where the actors are relative to each other and the room. And this movement is seen on screen as the camera's POV moves around the actors. 2. When the actor moves his or her perspective from one side to the other. But note, when the actor establishes the secondary perspective position, the rules of not jumping the line apply. This brings us to the 180-degree rule. It's a guideline regarding the on-screen spatial relationship between actor 1, framed right, of actor 2. Remember, jumping or crossing the line can only be accomplished through camera movement. Jumping or crossing the imaginary axis over to the opposite 180 degrees, thus placing actors on the opposite position from the initial establishing shot. Remember, 180 degrees is 360 degrees, a circle around the actors. Breaking the rules. How to break the rules is simple enough to do. After having a firm grasp and understanding of the rules, turning into overstanding, like a God shot, but more on that later in future episodes. Here's one way to break the not to jump cross the line rule. Objects. Objects or stationary fixtures that give the audience perspective of where the characters or actors are standing. And without camera movement, the scene is reversed. The actors are on opposite position from the establishing shot, but objects or stationary fixtures give the audience perspective. So now that you've learned the rule of thirds and the not to jump the line rule along with the 180-degree rule, it's time to get to shooting some scenes and break the rules. But make sure you have plenty of coverage. Next time on Lordlandfilms, how-to series, instructed by Crazy D.
Here's the thing about your movie, why I made a curator's pick of the Hollywood Fringe Festival. Community, heart.